Did you know that more than 80% of our ocean has yet to be seen, explored, or mapped by humankind? There are so many things that I love about ocean conservation, but one aspect that keeps things endlessly interesting is that our ocean is still a true wild frontier. There is so much left for us to discover about the habitats and wildlife that are around today, and even more to uncover about those that have called our ocean home across millennia. Scientists make new discoveries about our wild blue planet every year, and in just the first 60 days of 2021, astounding research has already been published. Dive on in and prepare to be amazed by what our ocean has in store. The largest bioluminescent shark. The largest of all bioluminescent vertebrates known to science was photographed by researchers for the very first time. Off the eastern coast of New Zealand, the species, known as a kitefin shark, can grow up to around 6 feet in length. They're also noted to be one of the slowest moving sharks on Earth. According to Dr. Jerome Malafet, lead author of the publication, these deep-sea dwellers use light to disappear, using bioluminescence to blend in with the faint light from the ocean's surface and disguise themselves from predators. Defining causes of mangrove loss. Mangroves are small trees or shrubs that grow along coastal shorelines. They prevent erosion and serve as an important habitat for many species. Human activities, such as shoreline development, have historically been responsible for global declines in mangrove ecosystems. However, new research has shown that human-driven mangrove loss is beginning to decline. Scientists analyzed more than 1 million images from NASA's Landsat satellite from 2000 to 2016 to capture natural and human-induced sources of global mangrove deforestation. They found that direct human-driven mangrove loss dropped by 73% during the study period, and they created the first ever high-resolution global mangrove loss map. This research demonstrates future mangrove resilience will depend primarily on sea level rise and extreme events, such as hurricanes. Understanding shark hunting patterns. Scientists combine satellite tracking with ocean remote sensing and numerical models to better understand pelagic blue shark movements and migration in the Atlantic Ocean. The pelagic zone is a region within the ocean that encompasses about 333 million cubic miles. Scientists found the sharks used warm swirling water masses called eddies to hunt beyond the pelagic zone into the twilight zone, a region of the deep ocean that lies beyond the reach of sunlight about 650 to 3,300 feet below the surface. Large eddies in the ocean serve as an internal weather system, mixing the water column and occasionally trapping and transporting smaller prey species, including plankton, for hundreds of miles. This research helps reveal the connection between predators and deep ocean prey resources. A centuries-old fossil was identified as the ancestor of today's sea stars and brittle stars. Close to 2 decades ago, a fascinating fossil was unearthed in Morocco. The marine specimen was shaped like a star, but scientists noticed that it did not have other features that usually help distinguish between two similar-looking creatures that we know today: sea stars and brittle stars. After thorough research into the fossil record, detailed physical examinations, and careful mathematical calculations, researchers came to the conclusion that this could only mean one thing. This creature is not a sea star, not a brittle star, but the ancestor of them both. The fossil of this cold water-dwelling organism helps scientists picture what the predecessors of echinoderms like sea stars, brittle stars, sea lilies, sea urchins, and sea cucumbers looked like long ago. The next step: connecting the dots and filling in the timeline of what creatures came between the ancient ancestors and the modern-day descendants. Megalodon babies were enormous and sometimes ate their unborn siblings. By this point, whether through articles or movie dramatizations, you've probably heard of the legendary megalodon. If you haven't though, don't worry, we've got you covered. When it comes to this ancient shark, one of its most notable claims to fame is, yep, you guessed it, its mega jaw-dropping size. These massive fish were one of the largest species to ever swim in the sea, growing to more than 50 feet long. Given their overall enormousness, it's probably no surprise that their little ones were no tiny tots either. After closely studying growth rings within the fossil of an adult shark, yes, like those of a tree, Scientists estimated the creature's size at birth to be just over 6.5 feet long. That's the average size of an NBA player. This makes baby megalodons the largest of all baby sharks ever known. Think we've already covered the wildest part? Think again. These sizable offspring would have needed an enormous amount of nutrients, much more than a mama shark would have been able to provide on her own. So, in addition to the provision of nutrients they gained in utero, the babies also helped themselves to some added calories in the form of, unfortunately, their unborn siblings. As shocking as it is, this behavior, known as oophogy or egg eating, does serve a purpose. While not all of the developing baby sharks would survive to birth, the ones that did survive likely came out as strong as possible and ready to take on the world. Terrifying images showed monstrous deep-sea creature with enormous fangs. Deep in the ocean lives a gullish fish with huge and menacing fang-like teeth. The aptly named common fang-toothed fish, Anoplogaster cornuta, sometimes referred to by its nickname auger fish, inhabits deep waters all around the world, occurring at depths between 650 and 6,500 feet, although the species has been observed as far down as 16,000 feet. This makes it one of the deepest living fish. Black deep-sea coral that can live in warm waters discovered. Scientists have recently announced a new black coral species thriving in warm temperatures. Teams with ocean exploration nonprofit Oceanics initially made the discovery in 2020 during an expedition in the Neom region of the northern Red Sea in Saudi Arabia. A mini sea monster made up for what it lacked in size with scary saw-like teeth. A newly published study shared that fossils uncovered by miners in Morocco were determined to belong to a relatively small, porpoise-sized, ocean-dwelling reptile known as a mosasaur. However, this miniature sea monster made up for what it lacked in size with what it boasted within its mouth. The specimen had dental features undocumented in any other reptile known to science. Its teeth appeared not only incredibly sharp, but also jagged, much like a saw. They were so unique, in fact, that this feature earned the creature its namesake, Cenodon's Communicari. Translation: strange tooth. Don't worry, snappy mosasaur. We still think you're awesome. We hope you enjoy this overview of a handful of the new findings that scientists have shared with the world in the first 60 days of this year. What else will be unearthed and uncovered throughout the rest of the year? I don't know about you, but I can't wait to find out. If you enjoyed the content, give us a like and please subscribe to know more. See you at the next one. Bye.